Hey, Jeff Lerman here, and one of the questions we get a lot of is, how does digital currency work? And there's a lot of people out there that just really don't understand it. It's still very new to a lot of people. So my partner Tom has put together a 6-minute video on exactly how it works and how we get paid as part of a mining network. He actually compares it to the credit card companies, and how Visa gets paid, and it's very interesting when you see this comparison coming together. And I think once you see this, it's going to open up your eyes to exactly how it works. And one thing I want to remind you of is that when you join our VIP team, I'm a passionate marketer. I'm going to pour my knowledge into you and help you build your business, and I know Tom is as well. So just keep that in mind. We're here for you, and I'm going to go ahead and transfer you to the next segment right now.
Hey, it's Tom again, and today I want to explain to you, I guess the number one question I should say I get is, hey Tom, I really don't understand this digital currency thing. It looks interesting, it looks intriguing, I may want to get involved, it looks like it has potential, but I don't get it. So Sally there on the screen is going to help you to get it today. I like to have a little fun with my videos, so I hope you'll allow me to do that. So this is Sally, alright, and so Sally, she wants to buy a Dell computer. Pretty simple so far, right? Sally's got some choices, but what Sally decides to do is she says, I'm going to use my Visa MasterCard. Sally's cool with that. Dell's cool with that. Everybody's cool with that. So what happens is Visa says, hey, we really like that idea. Let's get our network, and we're going to go process that transaction, and we're going to give Dell the money, and Sally's going to get her computer, and everybody's going to be happy. And nobody who's watching this has a problem with this. They all get it. They know that this network is going to, work with Visa, and Visa's got a bunch of computers, and they're going to send Dell money, right? We're all good with that. So let's recap what happened here. Please stay with me because this is critically important. So Sally got her computer. Visa, well, they earned 3% because they verified the transaction, and they transferred, now again, stay with me, electronic money to Dell. Why am I harping on electronic money? They didn't send dollar bills. They didn't write a check. They sent electronic money to Dell. Yet people struggle with digital currency, which is, guess what? Electronic money. So Visa sent electronic money to Dell, and we all accept that. Now Dell received, guess what? Electronic money, not dollar bills, and they had to pay Visa 3%. Now Dell, well, they're okay with it, but it also lowers their profits. But it's part of the, doing business, right? And so this goes through and everybody's, well, happy, except you. Why aren't you happy? Well, you made nothing. Okay, I'm going to show you today how you can make money off of these transactions. So if you think about it for a second, if Visa offered you to be part of this network and to have one of these computers in your home, or better yet, they'll store it for you, and you'll get a piece of this pie, every one of you would say, where do I sign? So let me show you how it works. Here's Sally. She still wants to buy the same Dell computer. This time she says, I'm not going to use Visa and MasterCard. I'm going to use Bitcoin. So lots of reasons individuals use Bitcoin, okay, and that's just one of the digital currencies we can mine. And quite honestly, we can mine Bitcoin way more profitably than the average miner, but that's for a different slide. And so what happens is there's got to be a network, right? This is a network here that Visa has, and well, Bitcoin needs a network. Well, that's us. That's Digisade. We're part of the network. We're not the whole network, of course, but we're part of this network. So when Sally uses Bitcoin to buy her Dell computer, which, by the way, Dell accepts Bitcoin, we, as Digisade, this is us in here, this is you and me, okay, we're one of these computers, we're going to be able to potentially profit. Let me show you what I mean. Please stay with me. What happened here? Sally got her computer. The digital currency network earned 1%, because that's the approximate charge. In some cases, it's less than that. And they transferred digital currency to Dell. Now, here's where everybody freaks out. They're okay up here with electronic money that got transferred from Visa, but electronic money is digits. It's electronic. What is digital currency? Electronic money. It's just a different term. Okay? So the digital currency network earned 1% for this transaction, because that's what Bitcoin charges, by the way, and transferred Dell digital currency, the same as electronic money, and Dell was okay with that because they accept digital currency. So Dell received the digital currency and they converted it to cash. Okay? Now when I say cash, they probably converted it electronically on their ledgers Okay, but just get the idea that you can convert digital currency to cash. Now, most importantly, Dell saved 2% on the transaction, increasing profits. For any of you business folks out there, these lights should be going on right now, big time, because when you can take 2% to your bottom line, that's a very big number. Now, if you are part of Digisade, this is you in here, remember this is you, this is part of the network, okay? If you were a Digisade member, you had the potential, and I say potential because you're not going to get every transaction, but just a portion of them, to share in that 1% earned by the digital currency network, the DC network, digital currency network. So now, let that sink in a second. There's literally millions of transactions that are taking place and growing every day. So if you're confused, watch this again. So instead of it being Visa and their network, it's Bitcoin and you, okay, or your network. It's that simple. So why would a business accept this digital currency thing? Well, the answer should be obvious. There's up to 3% less transaction fees. And the reason I say that is Bitcoin charges about 1%, but in some cases there are actually no transaction fees depending on the coin. There's no chargebacks. There's no conversion from currency to currency. That makes it international. We don't have to worry about converting a US dollar to a yen. It's global, okay? And there's less fraud attached to it from an identity theft because people can't steal your digital currency identity. There's no such thing, okay? So for businesses, this is another huge money saver. They don't have to worry about somebody stealing a credit card and running off with $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 worth of equipment. This is huge, folks. So then the question is, well, who takes it? Well, we already know Dell takes it. If that's not good enough for you, Home Depot takes it. If that doesn't work for you, how about Target, Sears, and Kmart? I could give you a list more, but if those names don't do it for you, nothing will. Here's what I say. If the brightest minds in business, and they should be listed right here, are accepting digital currency, shouldn't you? I know it's not easy to understand. We don't have all the answers. But these guys have done their homework. Go look it up. Go to Dell's page and try to buy a Dell computer, and you're going to see the option to take digital currency. If you need to watch this over, do it. But get involved with us, folks. This is the future. Thanks for watching, and I hope this has helped.